Good morning, Leo. Oh, I shouldn't say morning. It's morning where I am, but maybe it's not morning when you're listening to this. Either way, hi, Leo. Thanks so much for joining me. This is Yetta Pearl, and this is my channel, and this is your angel reading for August 2nd through the 8th of 2021. So this is a general reading, and so as such, maybe not everything will resonate with you, but you just take what does resonate and leave the rest, no problem. So I am trying to grow this channel. It's, I had a really nice soft start, and now I'm ready to go a little further. So I decided that I will be giving away a personal reading as soon as my channel reaches 100 subscribers. So currently I'm at, I think it's 21. So I've got a little ways to go. But, the angels just said, ask the people, right? Ask for help. So I'm asking for help. You guys are the ones who control that, right? So if you could make sure that you subscribe, I would really appreciate that. And share this with, if you're finding value, share it with people, because maybe they also will find some value in it. You just never know. I hear a lot of people say, and I used to feel this way myself a certain amount, people say, oh yeah, but this is a kind of a different belief system. I don't know what people believe. No, you don't. And that's the kind of the point, right? So if you say, well, I found this entertaining, or I enjoyed this, or, whatever it was that you find for value in this, or, whatever you want to say, then maybe they will take you up on it. Maybe they won't. Either way, all good, right? So angels, what is it that you want our beautiful Leo to know today for the energy of August 2nd through 8th, 2021? We just need one more card. There it is. There's the card. Okay. Let's see. Well, this looks pretty good. Oh, yeah, this looks pretty good. Okay. So, having compassion. Having compassion. Your angels want you to know that compassion is the true hallmark of an evolved being. I've never heard it said that way. Okay. So what they mean by that is a person who is compassionate is a person who is aware of their own, flaws, triggers, humanness, right? All that stuff. And can understand that other people also have similar flaws and traumas and humanness and things like that. And so then you can hold some compassion for everybody, yourself included, and that leads to the people who are caregivers, because you have some compassion for people, and you can have some understanding. You can be gentle. You can even if you don't actually understand, you can see that this is true for them, right? And that's all that you need. You don't need to feel the way they're feeling. You don't need to know what exactly their circumstances are or how it's affecting them. You just need to be able to see that it is affecting them and have some compassionate care for them. Yes. And so your angels want you to focus first on yourself. Compassion for yourself. Right now, I'm a little sore in my chest. That's a feeling that they're giving me. Just a little bit sore. Heart sore is what it feels like. And so this is for your own self. Give yourself a break. You've had stuff happen to you, and some of that stuff is still affecting you. It is time to kind of work your way through that stuff, to understand that it's old, that it's in the past, and that going forward, it's a choice as to whether you continue to allow it to affect you or not. That sounds a little harsh, but it doesn't feel harsh. So it's an encouragement to let yourself grow, to let yourself be whole, to let yourself be full, and just being your full self is what they're saying. So without all the things holding you back, who are you? right? You are so much more than what you've been allowing yourself to see and feel. And so the more that you can acknowledge how much you have and how much you don't need that old baggage, the easier life will be for you. Okay, let's keep going here. Yes, and so in that way, then you are allowed to emerge. Then you'll get to meet and truly see and feel your own true self. It feels like it's been a long time. Yeah, feels like it's been a long time. And it's time now to come out of it. Okay, they're saying come out of the closet. Now, they don't mean anything by that in terms of sexuality or whatever, how we traditionally associate that. They just mean your own personality, the way that you want to, the way that you would normally act and react in situations if there was nothing stopping you, right? And so when you have compassion for yourself and it spreads to the people around you, then you as your own true person can come out of your shell, can step around those obstacles, the things that have been suppressing you. Feels very much like you've been not able to even catch your breath. It almost feels like pressure on your face and your head, right? And so to release that pressure, take away any, veils or anything that's been covering the real you. And then you can truly emerge as your own self. And it's an amazing, glorious feeling. I'll tell you that right now. There is just nothing like it. Okay. And so, yes, releasing. This is not only the old stuff, because now in this is assuming that you have been able to release all those things. And now you can continue that, because every single day stuff happens, right? We encounter new people or we're doing stuff and, something maybe gets in the way. Maybe there's somebody on the street who's rude. You don't have to take that personally. You can let that release immediately. You can, notice it, have compassion for the person and move on, knowing that it's not for you. It's not directed at you. Even if it is directed at you, so what? It's not really yours. It's the other person's, right? And so going forward, then it becomes easier to keep up with the releases. It becomes easier to more and more and more be your own real self, no matter who else is present. It's a really cool thing. Okay. So it is a good time to give birth to new ideas and situations in your life. This is amazing. So what ideas is it that you have? It's pretty cool. So for some of you, it feels kind of entrepreneurial. And so perhaps it's new business starting. Perhaps you're already an entrepreneur and you have lots of ideas to go along with your business. It's really great timing to do that. If you have a project that you want to do around home, it's a creative thing. Like, this feels very creative. It feels like coming up with a new thing, building, it's all of that. That's all the feelings. It's also, I'm lost for words. They give me this in feelings and then I have to try and find words. It feels fresh. It feels new. Feels very much kind of like the world energy is changing, because I've been getting lots and lots of this in general readings as well as in the world energy reading, which I put on my Facebook page. And so it feels very new world stuff, that the whole world is starting afresh, and you can be one of the people to help bring that, knowledge of that, or whatever, the way the new way is, to everybody else, just by living it, by living the new, fresh, starting new stuff. So it's awesome. And it's time to actually take action with that stuff. So whatever it is that came to your mind when your angels were saying about the new project or the new thing, whatever it is that's starting. For some of you, it's a new job maybe, or it's a new home, or perhaps it is actually a new baby, or in a different way, a new person coming into your family or your close circle, right? All of that, it's time, like no matter what that is, that new thing, it's time to take some action on that. It's time to start with the steps, right? You've been sitting thinking about it for a long time, and it's ripe. Like even if you're sitting there going, oh no, I have to do this first, or I have to figure out this other thing first. You know what? Some parts of it are going to only flow once you get started. And they can't flow until you get started, right? So do the steps, do the actual physical things, line things up, make the phone calls, get the resources in place, get the other people on board, whatever it is that it takes, right? It's time to get going on that. And then the abundance follows. It's shocking how as soon as you get moving, as soon as you get started, then the flow just happens. And it feels like there is so much abundance around this new thing that you're starting. And, this is all as you are emerging as your true self and you're getting busy with they are divinely inspired, your ideas, the things that you want to get going. Okay, it feels like some of you have a lot of ideas. You have a lot of things. You're having trouble choosing. You want to do them all. Pick one. Start with one. Get going and, flesh it out. Do the steps, all that stuff, and then the abundance will follow. And then part of the abundance will be other people to assist you, is how that feels. And so then once you've started and things get going, then you have the time and the attention to start your next new thing. That's how that works, right? Once you get the first one going, well, then there's some momentum and there's some people to look after it. And so then you can start the next thing and get that going. And on it goes, right? And in that way, everything just blossoms. And as those things are blossoming and they develop a life of their own, and then all the good stuff comes to you. So this feels kind of like, in a way, it feels like long term, but it's really not. It's really not. Like if you get started this week, then it'll be before you know it, everything's flowing. And like I said, that's because the world is in that state right now. Everything is starting fresh. Everything is really, really moving fast these days, more than we can even imagine. So as soon as you get on that, I keep wanting to call it flow, but they're showing me a picture of, at the airport, there's the moving sidewalk. You know how, you're walking down the ordinary, normal, aisle, whatever, in the airport, and then you get on that moving sidewalk and you still just walk ordinary, normal, but you're going so fast. That is what the world is like these days. And it's gaining momentum. It's only just beginning like that. So get on the moving treadmill or whatever it's called. It will, oh yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. Okay, so let's get one more piece of advice here. One more, angels. What is it that you want beautiful Leo to know? Time to go. Yeah, so time to get started on that. This card, often it implies that there's something to be left behind. And in this case, it is, I kind of want to say the old you, but that's not quite accurate. You are never old or new, really. You are you. But what this is the cover-up you. The you who's been in place a little bit at a time, every time you got hurt and you placed another layer over top. It's time to get rid of that. And so that you can be fresh and clear and only your own true self. And yes, you can do it. So I'm hearing some doubts all of a sudden. There's some people going, oh, I don't know, that's hard work. You know what? A little at a time. A little at a time. In every situation that you're in, stop for a second, take a breath, and say, how would I naturally respond to this? And then let yourself do that. You know, you're going to be kind of careful. You're not going to, completely lose your shit with somebody or whatever, no matter how much they deserve it, right? Because it doesn't help you to do that either. That's the reason. But you definitely make a bit of time to step back and say, what serves me best? What is the real me in this situation? And then you get to show that. And who cares how the other person reacts, right? This is the best way. And keep it up. Keep going. Okay, that's awesome, Leo. So, can I get you to help me? All that beautiful compassion that you are having for yourself and for the people around you, let's beam that to the whole world. Let's just show the whole world what you're made of. The real you, the compassionate you, the loving you. Fabulous. Thank you so much, Leo. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'll see you next week.